The small, shiny spaceship landed smoothly on the outskirts of Andromeda City, and a tall, nervous human named Jason stepped out, looking around at the colorful lights that danced across the alien streets. He had heard of the famous intergalactic restaurant, Galactic Delights, where beings from hundreds of planets came to taste rare foods. Tonight, Jason was curious and a little proud of himself for visiting such a place. Inside the restaurant, the air was filled with strange, soft music and the scent of exotic dishes that glowed with colors Jason had never seen. The walls shimmered as if they were made of liquid light, and floating tables moved gently above the floor, carrying plates with steaming food. Jason walked slowly, amazed by the crowd of aliens around him. Some had 3 eyes, others had glowing skin, and a few even had small wings that flapped lightly as they moved. A tall alien waiter with silver skin and luminous green eyes approached Jason with a polite bow. "Welcome to Galactic Delights, sir," it said in a voice that sounded both musical and serious. Jason nodded, trying not to stare too much at the waiter's shimmering appearance. He took a seat at a round floating table that seemed to hover slightly above the floor. The menu was unlike anything Jason had seen, filled with names he could barely pronounce and pictures that moved like small holograms. After some hesitation, he ordered a glowing dish called starfire soup and a dessert that looked like a small galaxy in a bowl. While waiting, Jason watched the other diners, noticing how respectful and careful everyone was, yet he felt a strange sense of superiority, thinking that, as a human, he was the most important being in the room. When the alien waiter returned, it placed the dishes carefully in front of Jason, who tasted the soup and found it surprisingly delicious. He ate quickly, enjoying the flavors and ignoring the soft, curious looks from the waiter. Finally, when he finished, Jason reached for his wallet and without a second thought, left a $0 tip, thinking it was funny. He stood up and left the restaurant, chuckling to himself. Not noticing the subtle change in the waiter's eyes, the alien waiter bent slightly, picking up the empty plate with gentle hands, and its glowing eyes dimmed for a moment, not in anger, but in quiet thought. Jason walked out into the night, feeling pleased with himself, unaware that the smallest action could trigger something extraordinary. Other diners watched silently, sensing that the restaurant had witnessed something unusual, and that tonight would not end like any other night. As Jason disappeared into the neon-lit streets, the waiter placed the plate carefully on a floating tray, and a faint shimmer appeared under it, almost invisible to the human eye. Something small but powerful was about to happen, and the secret beneath the plate would soon astonish everyone. The restaurant returned to its usual hum, but the air was charged with mystery, and the first chapter of an unforgettable night had only just begun. Back inside Galactic Delights, the alien waiter carefully returned to the empty table where Jason had left the $0 tip. Its glowing green eyes flickered softly, focusing on the plate. Then, with a gentle gesture, the waiter tapped it lightly, and a faint shimmer appeared beneath the dish, moving like a tiny starfield trapped under glass. The other diners noticed the unusual glow, whispering quietly to each other in alien languages. Some pointed with small hands, while others hovered slightly closer. Curious but cautious, no one dared touch it, as if the shimmer carried a hidden power that demanded respect. The waiter reached under the plate and produced a small, translucent device that looked like a crystal tablet. It pulsed with soft blue light, casting tiny holographic images into the air, showing scenes of distant planets, strange creatures, and swirling galaxies. The waiter's eyes scanned the room, making sure no human had returned, and then it spoke in a low, melodic tone. "This is the choice of fate for those who disrespect our ways." Meanwhile, Jason was walking through the streets, unaware of the strange energy he had left behind. He laughed quietly, thinking the whole alien restaurant experience was amusing. But deep inside, a feeling of unease began to grow, as if the universe itself had noticed his careless act. Back in the restaurant, the crystal device began to hover above the plate, spinning slowly and projecting a soft hum. The light stretched outward, and a small crowd of aliens gathered around, their expressions a mixture of awe and curiosity. The shimmer seemed to respond to their energy, forming shapes and symbols that none of the humans could understand. One brave alien, a small winged creature with sparkling eyes, whispered to the waiter, "Do you think the human will see this?" The waiter tilted its head, its green eyes reflecting the pulsating light. "Soon, they will understand," it said, calm and patient. hinting that the true surprise was yet to come. The shimmer under the plate intensified, sending tiny beams of light across the table, almost like a message waiting to be discovered. The other diners leaned in, holding their breath, sensing that this was no ordinary evening, and that the humans' actions had set in motion something extraordinary. Far away, Jason slowed down. Sensing a strange pull in the air, he paused, looking around, but nothing seemed unusual. The city lights flickered, and the hum of distant spaceships filled the streets. Yet something deep inside told him that his night at Galactic Delights was far from over. Something mysterious and powerful was waiting for him back at the table, ready to reveal the secret beneath the plate. The alien waiter gently lifted the crystal device and let it hover above the shimmering spot, its glow now bright enough to light the surrounding tables. The tension in the restaurant grew, and every diner knew that soon the human would return and witness the strange, incredible truth. The first hint of what was to come left everyone breathless, eager, and full of wonder. Jason returned to Galactic Delights, feeling a strange pull in his chest. He did not know why, but something told him to go back. As he entered, the glow from his table caught his eyes immediately, and he froze. The alien waiter stood silently, its green eyes calm yet full of meaning. Above the plate hovered the crystal device, spinning slowly, casting holographic images into the air. Jason could see his own face reflected in the light, along with countless other humans and aliens, all connected in strange flowing patterns. He stepped closer, unable to look away, and suddenly, a soft voice echoed in his mind, not words from the mouth but feelings and images that he could understand perfectly. Every choice has weight, the message seemed to say. Generosity and respect cross all worlds. Jason's mind raced, trying to grasp what he was seeing. The device projected images of alien families, planets, and peaceful societies, showing how even small acts could ripple across the universe. He realized that leaving no tip had triggered a response, not of anger, but of teaching and reflection. Other diners watched silently, marveling at the scene. Some whispered to each other about the intelligence and wisdom of the alien waiter. Its actions were not punishment, but a way to show Jason the interconnectedness of all beings, and the importance of thoughtfulness. Jason knelt slightly, feeling a mixture of shame and awe. He touched the air above the table, and the holographic images shifted, forming a glowing human hand reaching toward an alien hand, connecting through the crystal light. The waiter observed quietly, letting Jason learn the lesson in his own way. Time seemed to stretch, and Jason felt a deep sense of understanding. He realized that the universe was far larger than his small actions. Yet every act mattered, no matter how small. The human instinct to be clever or selfish could be replaced with curiosity, respect, and kindness, if he chose. Finally, the glow dimmed, and the crystal device gently floated back under the plate, leaving only a faint shimmer as a reminder. Jason looked up at the alien waiter, who nodded slightly, as if to say, "You have seen, you have learned." The human felt changed, a new sense of humility and wonder filling him. The restaurant returned to its soft hum, but Jason knew that something extraordinary had happened. He would never forget the lesson from the mysterious plate and the wise alien waiter, and he understood, deep in his heart, that even the smallest gesture could change the course of the universe. After witnessing the strange revelation from the crystal device, Jason stepped back from the table, his mind spinning with new thoughts. The other diners returned to their meals, some whispering about what had just happened. But Jason could not focus on anything except the lesson he had learned. He remembered how casually he had left no tip, thinking it was unimportant. Now, he understood that even the smallest act could create ripples across time and space. The alien waiter's quiet wisdom had shown him a truth larger than any human experience, and it filled Jason with a strange mix of awe and guilt. Jason slowly knelt by the table again, examining the faint shimmer left on the plate. He placed his hand near it carefully, almost afraid to disturb the mysterious energy. The waiter watched silently, its glowing eyes soft and understanding, as if encouraging Jason to think carefully about his choices. Other diners glanced at him curiously, noticing how deeply he seemed affected. Some smiled, recognizing a rare human moment of true reflection. Jason thought about his life, his habits, and how often he ignored the small details that mattered. He realized that respect and kindness were universal, transcending species, planets, and cultures. He tried to imagine how many other humans had come to the restaurant and left without understanding, and a small determination grew inside him. Jason decided that he would try to act differently, to be more thoughtful, and to see the value in every small interaction. The alien waiter moved closer, gently replacing the crystal device under the plate, and the shimmer dimmed, leaving only a faint glow. Jason felt a quiet sense of connection to the universe, as if the waiter had opened a small window into the vastness of space and the unseen consequences of human actions. As he stood to leave, Jason turned to look at the other diners, both human and alien, and he realized that the restaurant was more than a place to eat. It was a place of learning, reflection, and discovery, where even a $0 tip could teach lessons far beyond money or etiquette. Jason stepped out into the neon-lit streets again, the hum of spaceships above and the distant lights of planets reflecting in his eyes. He knew that he would carry this night with him forever, and that the memory of the mysterious plate and the wise alien waiter would guide him in small, meaningful ways. Jason walked slowly out of Galactic Delights, still thinking about the lesson he had learned from the mysterious plate. The streets of Andromeda City glowed with neon lights, and the hum of distant spaceships filled the air. He paused for a moment, remembering the quiet, intelligent eyes of the alien waiter. Suddenly, a small holographic projection appeared before him, floating in midair. It showed the plate from the restaurant, and beneath it, a glowing message in a language that he could somehow understand. "Kindness and respect are universal," it read. "Your actions are noticed by more than just one world." Jason smiled, feeling a warmth he had never felt before. He realized that the alien waiter had turned a simple $0 tip into a lesson that spanned the galaxy. The message was clear: small actions could make a big difference, and true intelligence was shown in teaching, not punishing. As he continued walking, Jason noticed that other humans and aliens on the street were exchanging small gestures of kindness. Some helped carry packages, others shared food, or smiled warmly at strangers. It was as if the lesson from the restaurant had quietly spread, inspiring actions far beyond the table. Jason looked up at the stars above Andromeda City, feeling connected to everything around him. He understood that the universe was watching, and that even small acts could echo across planets and galaxies. The night that began with a careless $0 tip had ended with wisdom, growth, and a quiet celebration of human curiosity and adaptability. Finally, he turned back toward the restaurant one last time, hoping to see the alien waiter again, but the restaurant seemed calm, ordinary, and serene, as if nothing had happened. Yet Jason knew better. He carried the memory of the crystal device, the shimmer under the plate, and the wise eyes of the alien waiter with him forever. And in that moment, Jason understood the true power of respect, curiosity, and human potential. A simple gesture, a small choice, could change not only a night but a universe. And he smiled, ready to live differently from that day forward, inspired by a lesson that no money could buy, taught by an alien waiter and a mysterious, shimmering plate.